Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Buster Monkey. How was your week today? I don't know when you're looking at this video, so I'm not gonna say anything, but it was a good day. Anyway, today we're gonna take a look on something different that I used to do. This is not a background, like a fantasy background, rocks, epic clouds and crazy things like that. I wanted to do something more urban, but at the same time I'm really fascinated by the LA, let's call it like architecture, and when I walk around I see these nice houses and buildings and I'm like, I'd like to paint one of those because they always have something interesting, and today we're gonna take a look at that. Let's go. As you can see, I start from a very basic shapes, so defining the foreground, middle ground and background. The colors at the moment is not a protagonist, it's just to define these values and these planes. And then I don't have a specific order where I start, but I just wanted to dive in directly on the main big building because it had this nice texture on this kind of vertical roof. I don't know how to call it, but it had this dark brown and browny yellowy tiles, completely vertical. It was amazing. If you live in Los Angeles, I'm sure you saw that often. And at this stage I was just paying attention on how to stylize this building, because this is not a replica, it doesn't exist. The style is there, but it's not made like this, let's say. And then he had these kind of arcs that were breaking the shapes, and I thought it was kind of cool. As it was cool, the reflection on those windows. I tried to be not too saturated. You will see the final result. I didn't want a too cartoonish look. I wanted a realistic light, if it makes sense. And I think I like the final result. I don't know, let me know what you think about it. But anyway, the process here is exactly the same like I did in the last painting, or if you saw some of the streaming that I did on YouTube, always the same. So it's lasso and just stay clean, almost flat brush, and that's it. There's only just a slight amount of texture on the wall at the end. I don't know if I put it here already, a little bit, that gives some material on the surface. About the lighting here, I wanted to keep it like realistic, sort of, but as you can see it's not super saturated, and it won't be saturated at the end either, just because I wanted to stay in the realistic side of it. I didn't want it to make it too cartoony, and also stylized everything, like I said, was the most important thing for me. So also the plant, the grass, the trees, everything has for me a sort of a design, a way that I like it, that's not realistic, but the lighting should react realistically. So I hope it makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions about it. As you can see, I wanted to nail down this grass anyway, almost immediately, just because I knew that going backward towards the next building would have been the same process of the first building. So I wanted to change subject and change brush and change approach, so my brain stays fresh. And I will jump back and forth like I always do, just to keep my brain fresh. Sorry for the repetition, but that's how it works. Sometimes I spend too long on the same thing and I can't do it the way I want, so I jump on something else. I do that and then I go back on the previous stuff and I nailed it the first time. So yeah, if there's a piece of advice that I can give you, that's one of them. I'm realizing now that until I put the sky, it has a very strange feeling. I don't know. You will see later with the clouds. It's a much more stronger image, but also like that with a very flat background. I think it works. It's just different. So maybe it's an approach that I try next time to stay even more graphic. But really, next time I want to do the thumbnails, the super quick approach to show you what I do in preparation. Okay, my goal for the background was just to give a bunch of information about color and shapes, mostly, in a way that if you look at there, it works. There's nothing bothering you, and you can kind of see what's going on, and your brain can build the scene But also, if you don't look at there's nothing bothering you. It's just a bunch of shapes and colors that, yeah, makes sense. So yeah, it's cool. That's hopefully what you think when you see this. So as you can see, I'm not spending too long on those. Some cables here and there just to drive the attention wherever I wanted to, and to give some depth. It's always cool in urban scenarios. And the tricky part is here, my friends. The two cards that I added at the last minute, just because it wasn't planned, and I had to use the same approach at the end. So give a strong material separation. So glass, metal had to be different from the street, from the trees, and everything that's around. So my final goal wasn't to make the best car in the world. As you can see, that car is, I don't know what it is. And but yeah, it's there. It gives some more variety and life, I think, to the painting. There are no people, but in LA there are some areas like that where it's just pure desert and ghost town all day long. Just few cars in the morning going to work, and that's it. But at the same time, I wanted to add another one, because why not? Going off the frame, and this is like a small van, stylized again. I wanted to be quite sharp, clean, with a readable light and color. And here I jump on the clouds because it's cool, it was fun. The challenge was real here, because I wanted to be, again, super clean and with design and style, trying to follow what I was following for the buildings, the cars, and everything else for the clouds. And I think I like the result. I've learned a lot from this painting, and let me know what you think about it and what you'd like to see. My plan for the future is also try to, because I've got some questions, try to show how I work. So even my hardware, so the Cintiq, my computer, the approach that I use. And so I hope you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you like what I do, if you'd like to see more, click the like button if you think it's cool. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.